to enter life through a woman, to live life a man, to live in a world both beautiful and violent, to be a son, husband, father, soldier, to be engaged in war, to be human, to die.
This whole event that we're experiencing today is not something that Snuffy had planned or even desired. I felt it was for us, mostly, but also to honor not only him, but the men and women of his generation. He loved the Navy. Loved his family. He loved flying. And he loved life.
For everything there is a season, and for every activity under heaven a time.
I'm going to miss him.
It's a time to be born, and a time to die. A time for mourning, and a time for dancing. A time to keep, a time to throw away. A time for silence, and a time for speech. A time for war.
War is evil, but it is often the lesser evil, said George Orwell. In our present day and age, there are some who believe that all war is wrong. Some who choose which side of liberation they're on.
Ya se escucha en todas partes, se acerca la insurrección. Echaremos fuera a Duarte, al ejército y su patrón, porque ahora ya estamos.
What does it mean to put on a uniform, to pick up a weapon, to confront an enemy, to be a warrior? Leonard H. Waggoner was a soldier, a commander in the U.S. Navy. That was his life. In the generation in which Snuffy lived and grew up, the soldier's path was seen as a worthy path. It was to be part of a brotherhood which existed to protect the country, the tribe. It was to be aware of individual responsibility for the whole, an act of inner courage. This is what being a warrior meant to Snuffy. His proudest moment was not in combat with the enemy, but the time he battled 40-foot waves, enemy gunfire, low fuel, and a damaged aircraft to save the lives of 9 shipwrecked flyers. Snuffy received the Navy Cross for that action, an honor which meant a great deal to him, because to be a soldier, to Leonard Waggoner, meant to care for and protect others. To that end, he dedicated his life.
warrior is an individual committed to possibly give his life to achieve a goal to protect many. Whatever tool he uses, whether it be a charger, horse, decked out in armor, or a PBY, it is a tool, an extension of the individual who is in command of that tool. He has an objective, and he meets that objective using the tool.
Many believe there was no alternative to World War II. And many believe that the people who fought that war, those individuals who did what they felt in their hearts to be right, deserve our respect.
In honoring anyone, and specifically professional warriors, people of World War II, which was definitely Snuffy's generation, to honor them, one does not necessarily have to agree with what they have done, but to honor their efforts in achieving, say, a noble goal, or a defensive goal, or a goal which could jeopardize their own life, the giving of oneself for the many. That is basically the professional warrior.
To survive is to struggle, whether physically, spiritually, emotionally, or psychologically. And the good warrior is alert, courageous, focused, ready to face the struggle. But this type of aggressive energy, often associated with maleness, with the male domination of this world, is today viewed by many with suspicion, with fear. They see the dark side of the warrior spirit, belligerent, abusive, not balanced, a producer of victims.
I bet you're gonna cry. Come on, mama's boy. Let's see you cry. Come on. Squirt a few. Come on, cry. Come on, cry. Come on. Come on. Just a few. Come on. Squirt a few. Come on. Let me see you squirt. Come on, cry. Cry. 1, 2, 3, cry. 1, 2, 3, cry. Come on. Cry.
They see the world shaped by a stunted masculinity.
My favorite daughter, Ben. I swear to God, you're my sweetest little girl.
They see a world smothered with brutality, secrecy, oppression. A world controlled by the fist. They see men struggle not for the greater good, but for ideological supremacy, for control of resources. They see our children inheriting a world where a future can no longer be imagined, a world with no sounds of birds. They see the acceleration of the real possibility of the complete destruction, the total desecration of our Earth with massive weapons, terrifying and final. And yet they still see warriors being marched off to war after war after war. In this new century, we may face a choice: survival or extinction. To confront the frightening and tremendous struggles ahead, we must be strong, responsible, courageous, prepared to meet the challenges. These are, in fact, the very same attributes of the warrior. If we are to survive, we must adopt a new way of thinking, of being. We must find in ourselves the positive power of the warrior spirit. Warriors have been feared for their misuse of power. But a true warrior is balanced. Throughout history, in many different civilizations, the true warrior has been one who has courage not only on the battlefield, but also in the struggle for deeper understanding of the very act of living itself, and to take that understanding into the world to guide us through the trials and traumas from birth to death. It is not just in the soldier with a weapon, but the warrior spirit can be seen in the man battling environmental destruction, the woman fighting poverty and racism, the average person surviving the conflicts of life, the worker, the teacher, the parent. Is it possible for each of us, male and female alike, to recognize and strive for the inner calm and compassion of the warrior spirit at the same time that we reject the destructive side? Can we embrace the nurturing and creative aspects and abandon the abusive need to dominate? Can we, like the true warrior, become clear-minded, patient, alive and awake to ourselves and to others? Is it not possible, even necessary, to use the warrior spirit to deal with the difficult times we're facing? And in doing so, can we not acknowledge and honor the affirmative aspects of the warrior in those that have gone before us? Should we not recognize and appreciate men like Leonard Wagner and feel compassion for the choices they made? And in honoring them, do we not honor ourselves, our world?
That's funny, my Snuffy had a poison oak adventure one time. And he's so good, being a woodsman and all that for years. And they were making camp and he put some wood on there. And a few days later, he started showing signs. And but the problem is, it just wasn't on his hands.
Oh no!
He says that was quite embarrassing.
Oh dear.
How old was he when he died? I forget.
80.
80? Mm-hmm. So that's a good long while.
Yeah, oh yeah. He had a good life. He was ready.